Icewaffle, he is producing another Thor. He's got Marauders coming out. He's got Marines coming out. But so does JoeStar. But JoeStar will eventually fall behind on macro. Icewaffle needs to make maybe some more production buildings or something. I don't know if he's not supply blocked. He has up to 200 supply, so he can definitely get up there and just start pumping out units, which is what he needs to do. He's coming in to try to harass this Expo from going down, and he has stalled it by killing the worker that's working on it, which is definitely very useful. I'm not sure if it was worth the cost. But actually, when you think about it, when we look at that income tab again, well, now actually we see that JoeStar is definitely getting back up there, as he has people mining back in his expo, and this is now fully well, it's not technically fully saturated. It's fully saturated with the addition of these 4 mules, but of course they can mine even after it's fully saturated. So meanwhile, we got a continued battle here. This Thor not going to be very effective against this current army. They're extremely effective against tanks, but look at that, pretty much one-shotted from these Marauders. One shot plus an extra kicking in the tush. And so now he's moving out with this army. Wondering, he's probably going to go for this gold, but this gold expansion very smartly has a planetary fortress. It is the hardest one to defend for Icewaffle, as I mentioned before, and so he's got a planetary fortress there, and I don't know if it's a smart thing for him to move in here and take this, but he does have enough. He can stem up and take this out really quickly, and he's going to snipe this. But will he be able to? Will he be able to with all these SCVs repairing it? And they're coming in and they're repairing and they're repairing and they're repairing. But it's not enough with the siege tank combined, able to take it out. And all these workers are going to go down as well. But they're coming and attacking this siege tank, and that was a beautiful play. And now we see Icewaffle coming in with his reinforcements and his dropships coming to be able to deal with this issue right now, deal with this threat. And it looks like Icewaffle is going to come out on top of this encounter, although he did lose his expo right here, but very smartly he's just going to throw it right back down. He says, you know what, that doesn't matter to me, I'm just going to rebuild. And now he is below on harvesters, and so he is a bit lower on income, but things are still relatively even as far as the income goes. Let's check the units lost tab. I'm interested in seeing what's going on there. Look at this, almost exactly the same units lost, so pretty much very even ground. Both players have been, except for a small portion of time when JoeStar was really behind after that harass earlier, but it was after that harass where he lost a lot of his workers, but he was able to catch up from that, and so basically a pretty even game right now. But here we got my Icewaffle coming in, trying to take care of these siege tanks caught out of position, and Icewaffle able to take them out no problem. Meanwhile, this command center is morphing into a planetary fortress, but it will not be in time as these SCVs try to take care of these things, and it will just go down in no time at all, and maybe get off one shot. No, not even one shot from the planetary fortress. And meanwhile, in production for JoeStar, all we have is 2 Marines and 2 tanks, but he does have a sizable force here, and these siege tanks might be able to hold back Icewaffle long enough for him to rebuild his force. I am not sure, though, if he will be able to. And yes, I'm still getting over my cold, guys, so I still got some sneezes in me. Sorry about that. My first sneeze while casting for today. So, and it will be my last one for 2 weeks, I promise you that. So, but meanwhile, we see that JoeStar's army is moving out. He has shut down this expansion here and forced JoeStar to lift off and pull back, but these units will not be able to get up here. However, Icewaffle will be able to pick them up and drop them, as there are only a couple of Marines, and he should be able to do that no problem. But he doesn't do it. And it doesn't seem like he's always going to clean that army up handily with no problems at all. And meanwhile, we see that these Vikings have dropped down in here, and they're completely harassing this mineral line here for JoeStar. And JoeStar completely falling behind on his income right now. But we see the same thing is happening to Icewaffle as well, and I don't know if there was a harassment or what the deal was. Maybe it's just because he is down to 1 base. No, he's back up now, so maybe they're assuming there was some kind of harassment here for him. And here comes another harassment as well, but these 2 armies are going to clash in the middle here, but with these siege tanks in the back, they're going to be able to wipe this up handily. They definitely don't want to confront this. Oh, this Thor is very strong against siege tanks, but he has only 10 HP left, but standing the test of time and able to get off a few shots and take down a few of these siege tanks. Still 3 siege tanks left, and the 3 siege tanks will be able to take out this planetary fortress from a distance, although maybe not with all these SCVs repairing it and keeping it alive, but with these Marines coming to help support, they will be able to take it out. Is there a siege tank in the back somewhere for, it seems like there is. No, there's not. Never mind. That was just the planetary fortress shooting at the units, getting a little bit too close. Meanwhile, we see in the back here, we see that Icewaffle's got some troops here taking out some supporting troops and rushing up to come come and take out these tanks, and the tanks turn around to try to fire, but it is too late, and they will go down. But will this army right here, I think it will be able to clean them up. No, they're going to run away, as they don't want to come near this planetary fortress. JoeStar, Icewaffle very smartly pulling back to the planetary fortress, as these troops are all very low on health. Meanwhile, we have fights continuing in the middle here, as the fights just continue all over the map here, and this is just continuous battle after continuous battle, and I just don't know when it's going to end. We see that Icewaffle is way ahead on income right now, so he's going to be able to macro up a much larger army than JoeStar can, and eventually JoeStar is just going to run out of troops and not be able to do anything. JoeStar down to 10 harvesters after all the harass that Icewaffle was able to lay on him, and it seems like Icewaffle, he did experience some harass, which is why his income dropped a bit here and there, but he was able to micro his SCVs away. I'm assuming. I would have to go back and rewatch and see what actually happened there, but I'm assuming he microed his units away. And there's the GG coming from JoeStar, and that was a completely epically awesome game. And I apologize if if this cast comes out a bit weird, as I am a bit tired, and so I'm feeling that I am being a bit silly. So, but here they say, JoeStar saying I should have got more upgrades. He was up against 3-2 upgrades from Icewaffle, actually all the way up to 3-3 at the end compared to 1-0, and definitely in upgrades you don't want to lose out on that. And so I would still like to know from Icewaffle if this was a misclick right here with the ship weapons level 1 and 2, as he only ended up using a couple of Vikings at one point, and I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not. And if anybody knows if that is a tactic just to get 2 ship weapon upgrades for 4 Vikings that he used during the game, please let me know so that I can know about this strategy and what it is good for. Maybe it's so that it takes down medevacs at a faster rate or something. So, but at any rate, this is the last game I'll be casting for 2 weeks, and so I will see you guys after BlizzCon for some more casts. And so, see you then.